Hafade Guam and welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Jason Salas and these are tonight's top stories. 2 more Guamanian lives have been lost to COVID-19 this weekend. First, another one of our island's cherished monomco succumbed to complications caused by coronavirus just before midnight on Friday. The Joint Information Center reported that a 91-year-old man had passed, being a known positive COVID case with existing comorbidities. He had been in the Guam Memorial Hospital in Tamuning since August the 26th, and he is the 24th person to pass away on our island from COVID-19. Additionally, Guam continued to grieve as a 25th person was confirmed to have died due to complications compounded by coronavirus. At 1:38 a.m. Saturday, a 58-year-old woman with comorbidities also passed away. She had been admitted to Guam Regional Medical City in Dedido just yesterday, having tested positive for COVID-19. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero wrote in a press release, "We are all currently facing challenges due to COVID-19, and one of the most important things we can all do is check in with each other. Reach out to your loved ones, check in on them, and ask how they're doing. Though this pandemic has forced us to isolate, it does not mean we have to cope with this alone." Well, September is Recovery Month, and the Lieutenant Governor of our island shares some of the efforts being done to provide more critical services to those who need help. Here's more.
Prior to becoming Lieutenant Governor of Guam, Joshua Tenorio was the administrator of the courts for the judiciary of Guam and made efforts on getting clients into treatment programs. After seeing a rise in drug crimes and defendants coming through the courts, he knew something had to be done. When speaking on the link, Tenorio says that on Wednesdays, he meets with representatives from the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness and the Department of Youth Affairs. The topic? The need to expand substance abuse programs and identify a facility for recovery.
There's some additional work that we're doing, couple fronts. We just identified some CIP money for behavioral health to do a permanent structure for to add on for their substance abuse treatment and counseling. And then we'd also have plans to expand the number of beds.
He adds that GURA has already provided funding for additional beds for Salvation Army's Women in Recovery with Families, which Tenorio says fills a huge gap.
There's so many women that are motivated to recover, lead a life of recovery, but reunify with their families and their children. And there hasn't been a facility that's been able to be there for the women that come out of the programming and then work to reintegrate them with the kids.
The Lieutenant Governor says that groundbreaking for the women's facility was supposed to happen before the lockdown, adding that all the contracts are in place. Along with the construction of that facility, there is another thing he's looking forward to.
The additional inpatient for men that we're working on a plan and some funding streams for.
With September being Recovery and Suicide Prevention Month, he acknowledges that there may be some who are struggling with dependency, and he offers this advice.
Part of it is us observing things in our families. When you see people withdrawn, if you start seeing a radical behavior change, and you try and make an effort to reach out to them, sometimes the ones that are addicted are not ready to talk about it. But I just would say, whenever you can, don't give up on people.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonagan Charfris.
Well, now that ballot placement has been complete, the Guam Election Commission will begin finalizing ballots and begin the printing process. The agency met on Friday to also establish a safety plan for the November 3rd general election. Here's Executive Director Maria Pangolini.
3 commissioners are the part of the safety committee. We've met with them, we've met with public health. We're in the process of finalizing the safety plan for review. They'll also be looking at a couple of correspondences that they tabled on Monday.
And it's just a community reminder, in-office absentee voting begins on the 19th. If you'd like to make an appointment, you can contact our office at 477-9791. That's 477-9791. And should you not be registered to vote, you can go to the GEC's website. That is gec.guam.gov. In other island news tonight, it is a school unlike any other. And as KUAM's Peter Sanchez reports, he's got Guam's newest charter school in the southern village of Agate.
Our status as a trades-focused high school, I think, puts us in this really unique position to offer kids like an education that's not confined to the four walls of the classroom. As a charter school, we get to play around with just the way that we structure our courses. So part of what we're doing at Career Tech is looking at more progressive educational practices.
Principal Tamar Sellis is talking about Career Tech High Academy Charter School. The school is currently accepting 9th and 10th grade students for the new school year, which begins on October 5th. One of the things that makes Career Tech unique is their form of grading.
Instead of using like, A to F letter grading or 0 to 100 percentage grading, we are giving students feedback based on like course learning objectives.
The school's mission is to foster a community-centered, culturally rooted identity, equip the island's next skilled workforce, and build a forum for upcoming leaders of Guam and the region. The ultimate goal is to have students leaving equipped, empowered, and engaged with all that they have learned.
Career and Technical Education, CTE for short, our CTE pathway for this first school year is our maritime/wayfinding program. And what that is a marriage of like traditional navigation practices. So our instructor received his apprenticeship for carving and traditional navigation from the island of Polowat.
Sellis says it's the foundation of their curriculum that really sets Career Tech High apart from a traditional school.
One of the things that we really want to put at the forefront is building student-teacher relationships, because we think that that's the seed that grows into students thriving at anything in the future. Being a trades-focused high school really like narrows our focus to the idea of mentorship and apprenticeship. So that entails like super close like student-teacher relationships.
For more information, or if you would like to enroll your child in the upcoming school year, visit careertechguam.org. Be sure to follow them on Instagram at CTechGuam or Facebook at Career Tech High Academy Charter School. Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Peter Santos.
All right, thanks so much, Pete. Great job on that story. In other news tonight, the self-described interactive conversation Grief Talk in the midst of a pandemic aims to normalize how we talk and think about grief. Grief recovery specialist Michelle Satamoto and Darlene Garcia shed some light on the realities of grief and the steps that you and I can take to deal with it. And they also add that many are suffering from a sense of loss during the pandemic.
Is it normal or natural to feel so fearful, to feel so sad, to feel so confused, to feel so uncertain, to feel so ambiguous every single day? Yes, and I think people need to know that.
Now, many of us have probably been told to be strong during a family funeral or when a family member or loved one is sick, but Garcia gives a new meaning to this old phrase.
Strength, again, is about sharing your emotional truth. And, what we learned through our grief recovery programs is that human emotions are meant to be processed. Our bodies are emotional processing plants, but most of us are taught to suppress it, to not feel those bad feelings.
The Grief Talk sessions take place every Wednesday in September and are 100% free for the community. And if you'd like more information, you can check out the full interview that we did on the link that's on our YouTube channel right now at KUAM News. Well, during this very unprecedented time, Guam Animals in Need Cyrus Lur says that it's a perfect opportunity to adopt an animal because with the current lockdown, people can find comfort and companionship with a furry family member. You can do it short-term or permanently. Lur says they are looking for foster families to temporarily take in animals and show them some love and affection.
So you can contact us on any of the social media channels out there. Just search for Guam Animals in Need, or you can go to guamanimals.org and click on the foster tab, and our foster coordinator will be in touch with you. If anybody out there knows of people who would like to take in a pet for just a couple of weeks, please get in touch with Guam Animals in Need, and we can always set you up. It's a largely remote process. We can move the animals and fully comply with DPHSS requirements, and we're always looking for good homes.
Well, again, to see what animals need not a forever home, but a fur-ever home. That's good wordplay. Or if you would like to adopt an animal for your own, head over to guamanimals.org. You can also find Guam Animals in Need on Facebook as well is Instagram. Well, please stay tuned. Coming up, we've got Trend Spotting with Tyler Matanani and Dave Delgado with the weekend in Island Sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Gila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the island. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
It's another tough week thanks to the coronavirus. We're seeing at least a death a day, and the hospital situation isn't getting any better. I'm Tyler Matanani, and here's your Trend Spotting report.
It's becoming too common, a tragic everyday occurrence. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero announcing another life lost to COVID-19. This week, we mourned with Asin Maina Mayor Frankie Salas and his family after his youngest daughter was taken by the virus. It was already a shock for many to hear last week that the mayor was stricken with COVID. His daughter, 31-year-old Jasmine Salas, was a young mother with very young children. Jasmine, like her father, was COVID positive. On Friday, she was experiencing shortness of breath and was taken by ambulance to the Guam Memorial Hospital. Despite having pre-existing conditions that made her vulnerable to the virus, she was released that same day. By Monday, Jasmine was found not breathing. She was taken to the Guam Regional Medical City, where she was pronounced dead on arrival. Although not angry with the hospital, the mayor shared his regrets, wishing his daughter was kept at the hospital and not released. The mayor said, "I hope this thing is not going to happen again. I'm not pointing fingers whose fault it is. I hope they have some consideration to admit her in the hospital and observe what she has. They took my daughter, checked on her, and sent her back." Mayor Salas shared his heartbreaking story on The Link, revealing their family had just been dealing with the passing of his son-in-law, and because he's still in quarantine, he's shared he's numb and in disbelief of his daughter's passing. You reached out and shared some of your feelings over social media. On Instagram, many sending heart and prayer emojis. Carmen Miller 6808 says, "Condolences, Mayor, may she rest in peace." Another Loretta_Bloss 77 adds, "Sincere condolences to you and your family. May you all find peace during this difficult time. God bless." In other news, COVID is keeping one of the busiest public health divisions at Public Health even busier. Environmental Health is already a tiny team tasked with visiting hundreds of restaurants and businesses and making sure they're up to code. During the emergency declaration, they're also tasked with making sure those restaurants and businesses are following the law and restrictions.
Officer Malou Scroggs tells KUAM that they continue to receive complaints about large social gatherings. Remember, we're supposed to cap it at 10 during peak or 1, and businesses operating when they shouldn't be. This week, the government launched the KUAM COVID Alert app, touting it as a tool to help stop the spread of COVID. The free app works by using Bluetooth to identify whether you've been in contact with someone with the virus. It sends you an alert and gives you steps to take, like self-quarantining yourself, etc., and prevent any more possible transmissions of the virus. They say the app is completely anonymous and safe, meaning it cannot identify you, cannot track your location or contacts. The catch is, a whole lot of people need to download the app for it to work. 100 to 200 downloads could potentially save one life. As a tool to reduce the spread, the app could help cut out the need for any more lockdowns and even get our island back open. We asked, are you planning on downloading the KUAM COVID Alert app? And here are some of your responses. On Facebook, Dorothy Jesus says, "I a day more investment money that's need just for an app. Well, hopefully it works." She also adds, "How is this going to help the people of Guam?" On Instagram, Obsessed with Miles says, "How much did GovGuam pay to have this app written?" Another adds, "Hell to the no. Bad enough Big Brother out there monitoring already." And we wrap things up with some good news that, well, COVID kinda spoiled. Our MMA greats Rocky Martinez and Frank the Crank Camacho were both slated to fight in the UFC this week. Frank the Crank had been sharing his path to Octagon over social media, showing photos of workouts and prep. And as per protocol, he was required to take a COVID test in Las Vegas days before the match. The result? Positive. He took another test and again, positive. That sidelined the Crank for the moment, but in a few days, he hopes he'll be cleared to fight and reschedule.
Just another fight that I gotta address, and I gotta like any other fight that I prepare for. I just gotta do my best to prepare and combat it. And the best I can do is try to stay as healthy as possible, get the most amount of rest, hydrate, and take my vitamins, and most importantly, I think just stay positive and stay strong.
Guam, we know what to do. Stay home, keep those masks on, and keep your distance. It's up to us to get those numbers down and get us up and running as soon as possible. Until next time, adios.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
While we've all been through a lot over the years, typhoons, earthquakes, and now COVID-19, we've been able to get through these together.
For more than 80 years, Travelers Insurance has been protecting your homes, your businesses,
and the health of your family.
We are here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
There are better days ahead. Tomorrow's a new day filled with hope and choices.
The possibilities of what we can achieve together are limitless.
Let's continue to work together to ensure a brighter tomorrow for all of us.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Doug, KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show today, Sebi Siswiko, recently getting the appointment from the GBC, Guam Basketball Confederation, being the director for the movement for 3-on-3 basketball. First off, how'd you feel when you got the call? And talk about just moving forward now and where we're going to go with the sport.
I felt honored that they'd have the confidence in me to, head this 3-on-3 movement that's been happening, not only on Guam, but around the world. I feel good about it. It's a lot of opportunity for not only the men's program, the women's program, but the youth as well.
Yeah, 3-on-3 basketball has definitely been evolving around the nation, and it definitely starts at the younger age groups. I know you guys are really trying to get it pushed, starting for the middle school level.
Not only the middle school level, we're trying to get into interscholastic sports. And And then I know EJ's, we're having a lot of good movement with the youth as far as the camps that's been going on for, just starting at the little kids to the men's to everybody, trying to get everybody involved.
And you've been there. You've represented Guam. Guam winning gold in the 3-on-3 in Apia, Samoa. 3-on-3 basketball is universal, and it allows our players, we're guard heavy on Guam, but it's going to give our players a chance to really showcase their talents on the basketball court.
Yeah, I mean, Guam's always had, speed and heart. Those are our two big strengths. And, those things are very important in the game of 3-on-3. So, we got a lot of good shooters. We got a lot of kids that are willing to work. And it's a perfect opportunity for them to compete at the international level, the interscholastic level, locally, and, everywhere around the world.
And for you, jumping right into it, what are some of the things you can probably implement right now? I mean, during the pandemic, lockdown, no access to basketball courts, but the kids definitely want to get out there and really start working on their game.
Yeah, there's a lot of good programs online. People are doing at-home workouts. There's tutorials. There's YouTube. They can work out via Zoom if they want to together. As far as individual games, those can always be worked on, and that's where the real work goes in, and then it shines on the basketball court. But at least 3-on-3 is less people, so less contact. There's only 6 people on the court as opposed to 10 people on 5-on-5.
And the thing about 3-on-3 basketball, it's the size and the weight of the ball. For those that haven't played the game or been around the 3-on-3 sport, talk about the ball in general.
Yeah, so the ball, depending on where the 3-on-3 game is going to be played, typically they have it outdoors. They try to do it, so the ball tends to have a little bit more grooves, and they say that is a little bit more control with the wind factor that plays out there. And then as far as size, it's women's size but men's weight, so it feels kind of weird at first, but you think it's easier to control, but it's just something people aren't used to yet. But through time and repetition, people are going to get used to it more and more.
And for you, representing Guam at the 3-on-3 level and also being a part of the men's national basketball team, you're bringing a wealth of experience to the youth. I'm sure you're really motivated and excited to get out there and work with them. But for you, talk about maybe some of the things that you want to get access to help these athletes as far as just understanding the game of 3-on-3 basketball and improving their skills.
We have a lot of things that we're going to be trying to do. Right now, it's kind of tough with the current situation in the whole world. So we're just trying to get, when it opens back up, more tournaments. As far as rules and regulations, we're going to be trying to get some more literature out there so people can be reading and at least they know kind of what's going on. But the best way to learn really is, just to get on the court and just work through your mistakes and then get better.
Have you seen firsthand the talent pool of athletes that Guam has to draw from? We've been competing at the U15, U17 level for FIBA, but you now as a director and as a coach looking forward to working with these kids, how excited are you to see the talent pool that Guam has to offer for 3-on-3 basketball?
It's good. It's been getting bigger and bigger, and I know the more options that kids have out there, it's better for everybody, including the parents, just to get them off the streets or just something for them to do. But as far as opportunities, I know at my age, we didn't really have the U15 and that kind of stuff like that. Is if you were good enough, you're playing with the men, and that's it. So it's good that kids can actually have groups of kids that they can work out with that are the same age, same talent level. And now there's a lot more options for them. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing about the 3-on-3 basketball is players register their teams on the FIBA site and actually get ranked worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the cool thing about it is if you have your squad and you want to compete against other guys, on island and eventually off island, you can accumulate points that translate internationally onto the website, like you said, on 3on3.com. And, that's a good way for kids to kind of get that competition going and their rankings. And, they want to see their number advance and they want to get more points. They want to compete more. They want to win more games. So that's a good way to motivate kids that way.
And you talked about having a Zoom meeting with the FIBA people stateside. What's those talks been like as far as getting the appointment from the GBC and really getting it out there that you're the guy for Guam on the FIBA level?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been involved with FIBA for 5-on-5 for a long time now, and 3-on-3 is kind of a new division that they're kind of working on. So this will be my first. It's like a coaching prepping meeting. So as being the director, I guess we're gonna have to learn how to, work as a coaching standpoint, participation standpoint, the rules and regulations. So it's kind of like we're starting at the ground level, but we're kind of halfway of being there. So they're just trying to get everybody on the same page, and it's really about just getting more opportunities for kids and people on Guam.
And for parents and kids out there that want to get more information, should they just log on to the GBC website? Should they follow the Instagram? Where should they get information from?
Yeah, we have our Instagram, we have a Facebook page. A lot of our camps and stuff are being announced on there. And then it's always good to just contact either myself or EJ Calvo, the head coach, in terms of things that are coming up, things that we'll be doing. Things change day by day, but as far as 3-on-3, you can Google 3-on-3, start watching videos and, watch international games. And it's pretty exciting because the girls get involved, and the girls are actually, they're balling out too.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate the time.
Cool. No problem.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
All right, everybody. Our next segment is so cool. I got to come really, really close to tell you. It's Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts. When your birthday happens to fall on a weekend, you know what that means, my friends. You get an extra day to party. But make sure you do so from a socially distant area. Stay safe, stay inside, stay home. We'll have time to party later, but let's all do the right thing. Until then, happy birthday nonetheless on September 12th, a Saturday, to Ashton Jace Cruz. Happy birthday number 1, Ash. We are truly blessed to have you in our lives. Have a blessed first birthday. Love you. Say Mom, Dad, Avery, Junior, Char, and Kai Kai. Rika LG, happy 2 years to Rika from your family and friends. Danny Cruz, happiest birthday, Pardan. Hope you enjoyed your special day. Bula Love from Parlen and Maline and the Tatautaus. Also, happy birthday to Mateo Zander. Happy birthday to our one and only. We're sorry that we all can't be together to celebrate your day, but always remember that we love you. That's a great message. God bless you always, and with love, say Nana, Tata, Papa, Grandma, Mommy, Daddy, Bianca, and the rest of your family. Great birthday message, guys. On Sunday the 13th, Jalen Cepeda, happy birthday to you. Love your family, and they say hope you have a special day. And once again, can't say it enough, we love you. And Kintan Bezon, happy birthday to my boy, coming from your best friend and the rest of your brothers. May your day be filled with all the joy you need. That's a great message. And happy birthday to Mr. Malfunction himself, Chris Barnett, who's probably celebrating right now. Chris, from all of us here at your KUAM family, we wish you a safe and happy birthday, and everybody whose birthday was this weekend, may you have great health, stay safe, and have a great birthday. Go to KUAM.com to register someone you care about for the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. And I'm going to leave you by asking again and pleading with you, everybody. The governor has given us a mission, and you know us Guamanians, we finish what we start. So make sure, glove up, mask up, social distance. Let's do what we have to do, everybody. Please stay safe and stay healthy. I'll see you next time.